how sustainable? I mean, initially I thought that this was just something you think should be in place for hygiene. As you rightly said, things like gloves should be, part of a standard first aid box. But it would seem that you're particularly particular about the Ebola virus disease. Is that what this is about?
No. Before now, when I was in primary school, on the assembly, you'll be asked to show your fingers, whether you are keeping the nails, whether the nails are clean. You will have to open your teeth. Are they washed, and so on and so forth. Washing of hands with all these kind of songs. Policies of government has changed a lot of things in the system these days. Without Ebola, all we are talking about are simple gadgets that a normal school should have.
Because if that is the case, one would think that, continuous engagement with government will surely see these things provided, or don't you think so? A lot of people are saying that insisting on non-resumption on September the 22nd, only and simply because these gadgets, which were meant to prevent or check the spread of Ebola virus disease are not in place, is just creating panic where there is none. A journey of 1,000 kilometers
must actually start with a step. And the step we are saying is that, okay, you had a meeting. In that meeting, you said you will provide certain things to prevent the spread of that scourge. Okay, the implication is that we see death somewhere around schools. And you have affirmed that those deaths will not come if certain things are put in place. And these are the things we are not seeing at all. So how do you want us now to resume looking at death? This morning, I think those who actually who were survivors of Ebola in Lagos State, they visited the governor. You can see revelations. Some never believed they could be alive. If a teacher dies now, it is him and his family. We owe the teachers of Nigeria a duty, a moral duty, and professional as well, to protect them in the area of their welfare.
Oh, definitely. I mean, but the question is this about Ebola or this is about just general hygiene?
It is not general hygiene. It is not about general hygiene. It is about the system on ground. It is about requirements that makes schools safe. It goes beyond that.
I understand what you're saying. I'm even excited that you're here, but not too happy that the Commissioner for Education is not here to actually say more on some of these things, because now you just highlighted some of the good things that the state government has been able to do.
Yeah.
At least sinking of boreholes in secondary schools is novel, and that won't be any big issue, getting those necessary materials by putting the water in the convenience in all of these schools so that we can have a running water. Yeah. But about the infrared, thermo infrared reader, which is also key so that you can actually get to, save any kind of dire situation. Yeah. Have you spoken with the health commissioner in your state? Now we're talking about Lagos State, away from the education commissioner who promised. Are you also speaking with the commissioner for health in the state?
No, we are professional teachers, right?
Or did the commissioner meet with you?
No. We don't even have to meet with commissioner for health. We wrote to his office to actually give us some personnel to train our union leaders on Ebola.
And that has been done?
No. In fact, we have it was acknowledged, but we have not got a reply.
I'm confused. I thought you said at least 2 persons got training on Ebola.
In some schools. Yeah.
Who under what?
Ministry of Education.
Of the state?
Of the state.
Good.
Yeah, of the state.
But you haven't actually gotten any feedback from the health commissioner?
No. If we have opportunity, in fact, even NUT National wrote to the Minister for Education that let's come together. Let us talk about this. We are the one teaching. Let's tell you how to go about it.
What was the feedback from the minister?
It was acknowledged and it was not replied. There was no reply up to yesterday.
That's the Federal Ministry of Education?
The Federal Ministry of Education. And, of course, the National Assembly invited all stakeholders to a meeting. NUT was not invited. The next moment we heard from UPress that NUT shunned the pally, or things like that. In fact, when you hear this, one begins to think: am I a citizen, or are we legally registered?
So the
if we have met with them, issue of whether, thank God, we were told that the last victim was left out yesterday, and the red tape was cut, or things like that, and that in Lagos State there is no victim, there is no issue about that case, but that doesn't stop it. If one case is anywhere in this world, everybody should come together. Okay, is United States having any case? Barack Obama came up with a plan, $500 million, release it for countries that are not his, because he knows that the moment it goes on and on, there's no way to not get to that country. Okay, why are we so much in a hurry to resume? Okay, between 22nd and that 13th of October, 15 working days. That 15 working days, we'll have October 1st, is a holiday. We'll have World Teachers' Day, is a holiday. We'll have the
Muslim holiday.
Muslim holiday, 2 days. Making how many days? 4 days. Practically in schools. The 3rd and the 4th day, students don't come to schools. So that means that out of that 15 days, about 6 or 7 days have gone. So why are we in a hurry? Why the federal government not going? Okay, they have this national program on immunization. It's a structure on ground on immunization. Why don't they use that structure as a template to go through the entire country and screen everybody? Instead alone now, they lock everybody in for 3 days. They want to do general screening. When you are talking that there is nobody with Ebola in the state again, you are talking about index of what you know. Those who subject themselves to health facilities. Do you want to tell me in my own village how many people who are sick, who are dead, who's dead don't know cause? Because they are village people, they will say, okay, it may be one witch or one wizard that have caused that. Do we know whether some of these cases are Ebola cases?
Do you know if there's anyone that is an Ebola case?
I don't know.
But they say there is no known case.
I am telling you that they are saying that based on the fact in their facilities.
And also based on the fact that it wasn't an outbreak that we had in Nigeria. That's what they call an imported case of Ebola coming into the country.
Okay.
Everything traced to what they call the index case. That is the first individual who brought the Ebola to the country.
My brother, if you go to somewhere around the Bejuleke, you will see fishermen from Ghana, from Togo, from Liberia coming in. You see their big these things. If one of them had it before, he wasn't sick, he got here and got sick in Ibejuleke. And, villagers don't know anything. The majority of them don't have this enlightenment. If they get it and they do like this and they die, what happens? In Port Harcourt now, they say there are cases of over 200. You want under surveillance. You want students to resume in Lagos, right? How are we sure that some of the students that will be resuming in Lagos have not gone to Port Harcourt for holiday? Or are they Lagosians alone? These are things we are talking about. If UN, through Ban Ki-moon yesterday, said that it is it's a threat to global security, that means that our country too should look at it in that perspective. So it should not be a fire brigade approach.
So if we go back to October 13, will all these things you've talked about disappear?
We are not even talking of date now. We are talking of gadgets. Even if the gadgets happens Monday, we resume Monday.
So every state, for instance, we have the NUT, the National Body of Teachers.
Yeah.
But resumption is hinged on the provision
that
of
is
these
it. That is it. Some states,
that's what you're saying.
Some states have even agreed they cannot provide all those things before Monday.
So, for instance, if Lagos State can provide all of this by Monday, Lagos will resume.
We resume.
So any state that gets there will go back to school.
We go back to school.